News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of PelTalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users. I'm your host, Gary Baumgarten. We're on demand on iTunes. We're in 12 million additional households on cable, thanks to CRN Digital Talk Radio. I salute our friends over at CRN. They're doing a great job of taking Pal Talk and bringing it into the households of people all across the United States of America. And we're so happy about that. Tomorrow on News Talk Online, Kathleen Willey, one of Bill Clinton's lady friends, so to speak, a White House volunteer who claims that the then President of the United States sexually assaulted her in the Oval Office. That's right, it was not just Monica Lewinsky. She's written a tell-all book of her days in the White House and her impressions of Hillary Clinton. She's not too kind to Hillary Clinton, who may be the first woman president of the United States of America. Kathleen Willey will be right here on News Talk Online at 5 o'clock New York time tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. But today, Itai Green is with us. He is the co-founder of Jerusalem Online. We're talking about the upcoming peace summit in Annapolis. Everybody seems to be frustrated even before the summit, maybe based on previous experience with Oslo and Camp David's 1 and 2, that nothing's going to really come out of it. Ty suggests that one of the problems is there's nobody really to negotiate with, because the people that they're negotiating with, the Palestinian Authority, is not recognized by the majority of the Palestinians as the legitimate government of the Palestinian people. And we're in a weird position here, because we view Hamas as a terrorist organization. The United States of America does, and the Israelis do. And yet the United States says, go and have open elections. We believe in open and free elections. And when there's an open and free election and Hamas gets elected, we don't recognize them because we don't believe in what they stand for. I don't know, is that consistent with what we believe when it comes to democracy or representative government? I'm not so sure about that. I mean, maybe we should just say, okay, these are the people, as Cassandra suggested before Itai rejoined us. You deserve what you get, Palestinians. These are the people you elected to represent you. We'll negotiate with them and see where we go. At least give it the old college try. I don't know whether that's even possible. Maybe I'm being naive about it. But I believe in representative governments. And if that's who they elect, then that's who we should be negotiating with, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? And by the way, for the people who are taking the Palestinian side of this issue, who disagree with some of the things that I have said, that Cassandra has said, that Itai has said, please come to the microphone. We'll let you have your opportunity to speak and challenge the assertions. That's the kind of program we run here. Let's go to Peter in the Bahamas. Peter, welcome to News Talk Online on PalTalk.com.
Good day, Gary. Gary, the only problem I have is the first world countries. They think they have the solution to everything. I think first world countries like United States and Britain and all of them need to stop disrespecting the third world country, come together as one, then find an equitable solution for the Middle East and allow the Middle East to really educate us, because I don't think they really understand the Middle East policy. So we get together, the first world country, and come together and solve a problem, because first world got all kind of problems. They can't solve their problem. So how can they go and solve Israel problem? They need to put the third world country together and solve the problem, because they always disrespecting the third world country. And that's why they look like a hypocrite going to the Middle East, and they always disrespect the third world countries. That's my view, Gary.
I think I heard what you said, but I think your point escapes me, Peter.
What do you mean? And I'm saying that the first world country, the United States, always disrespect the third world country and come to coming together and find an adequate policy to Israeli or the Palestine. You notice that the first world country always go to the table, but not the first world, and they always disrespect it in so many regards.
Okay, so I guess what you're suggesting is that the United States is not the proper entity to be power broker. You would like to see a coalition of unaffiliated nations attempting to get this peace process rolling?
Of course, and not only that, but you sometimes United Nations respect the third world countries, and in any regard, even in different issues, the third world countries not heavily involved, like the Bahamas or a certain part of Africa. We're not, and that continue to be disrespectful in every regard.
Okay, what do you, Ty? Did you hear the point that perhaps the United States has lost its cachet as a power broker, and we should be going to maybe some third world nations, unaffiliated, to try to broker?
I, I really, I really like, we are really support the help of the U.S. This issue, but I think that it would be much more effective if the American would help, and they do, but maybe all these energy toward the issue of Iran, not the Palestinians, because I think this is the main thing that bothers nowadays in the West world. So, there is so much effort into this Annapolis, but I think that the issue should be totally different. And this is, I think, the main issue, at least from our perspective.
Our guest is Itai Green. He is the co-founder of Jerusalem Online. He's here to talk about the Annapolis Peace Summit that is scheduled for next month here in Annapolis, Maryland, and anything else involving the Middle East, because he's there covering it. He's in the thick of it, and he can answer your questions and debate you on all of these issues. Let's go to Sharon, who's joining us from Australia. Sharon, welcome to News Talk Online on paltalk.com.
Thank you, Gary. My question, sir, is as follows. If there is disunity between the Palestinian government, including Hamas and Fatah, how can there be a peace conference? Because, hey, who will Israel deal with at the peace conference? Is it just going to be the Palestinian Authority as the entire representative, or are we going to have three groups, the Palestinian Authority, Hamas, and the Fatah? So in short is, who is Israel going to deal with?
And I think that is the issue, isn't it, Itai Green? Who does Israel deal with, Fatah, Hamas, or the Palestinian Authority?
What is it? Can you please repeat the question, because it was really hard to hear, Sharon? I hear you better.
Yes. She was suggesting that it's difficult to reach a peace process when there are three entities that are demanding recognition as representatives of the Palestinian people. That's her point.
It really doesn't. It's not important whether Hamas would come or Fatah would come to the conference or whoever, because Fatah cannot deliver. There is no one to really negotiate with. You can talk to them, but they cannot deliver. On the other hand, Hamas doesn't recognize Israel, so they really don't want us to be here next to them, while most of the Israelis do want and are willing to have these neighbors, the Palestinians as neighbors. So it is really hard to believe that